I'm glad that we finally got to watch this movie because for the past year, I've just been hearing people say it's bad, but nobody really said what was bad about. They just kept saying it's just bad. I was like, a movie can't be just bad. It has to have a reason. There has to be something wrong with it. What is wrong with this film? What does it do bad? You can't just say it's just bad. But we have now seen it, and I can say it's just bad. This movie is just... I seriously, for the past year, been like, okay, what is bad about this film? And watching it now, it's like, oh, I get it. Everything. How is everything wrong with this movie? Yeah, it is. It's jarring. Hey, everyone, it's me, Aaron.
I'm Michelle.
And this is Jump Scare Reviews, and this is the last film of 2025 that we're watching for now. For the past, 2 months, we've been saying, all right, let's go back and watch all the films that we missed. But it's now hit that point where I'm like, I'm tired of watching new shit. We started this channel because we wanted to watch, obscure, older things or just, fan favorites or anything that we wanted to watch. And for the past, 2 months, it's been like, okay, get this thing off the checklist, get this thing off the checklist. So this is it. We're going out on top. And by on top, I mean the bottom. Because holy crap. This has been on so many people's worst of the year list. Wow, they are not kidding. I remember, this is my Blumhouse. And I remember that when, after the Dark Universe failed, they were like, what the hell are we going to do with the classic Universal monsters now? And then Blumhouse came in here with their Invisible Man film. And it was amazing. And people were like, we can start with this. We can do smaller things, not big blockbuster things. Have them be more relevant and have them be about important issues as well. And you can tell this was meant to kind of be the next installment of that because it's the Wolfman. It's a big name. It is also trying to be about issues that the monster is kind of metaphor for. And oh my God, this feels like it just killed that initiative immediately.
That's the thing.
Wow.
That's the thing with Blumhouse. It's either really great or really bad.
Blumhouse is a shotgun. They just load a bunch of shit into the shell and then just fire it out in all directions and maybe they hit something.
I was going to say more like Russian roulette.
Yeah. Weird that we both went to the gun metaphor. It's just completely random. It's like, maybe they'll hit, maybe they won't. But that's the genius of Blumhouse. Everything they do is cheap. So they'll put out 10 films. They only need one of them to be really good, and they're sold. And this one, this ain't it, Chief. Oh, wow. Man, so let's talk about this. This film, it is about a man, Blake, and it opens with him as a kid, and him and his dad are out hunting, and they're hunting something. And the dad is clearly aware there's some kind of a creature out there. The son isn't too aware of it. The son doesn't really know what they're hunting, but the dad's like, there's something out here, and you get little hints of it, and spoiler alert, the film is called The Wolfman, you know what's out there. And the dad is very abusive and mean to the son, and then you smash cut to the modern day, and you see Blake as an adult, and he's got his daughter in a fairy costume, just wandering around.
But the thing is, she seems a little bit too old. I felt like she was 10 or something like that.
We had to look this up because I can't tell the age of kids. If you are under 20, I have no idea what age you are. And I kept looking at her, I think she's 12 or 13, but she's acting like a child, very little. Like
a 6-year-old almost.
Yeah, but then we looked it up, and I think she was actually 8 when she made this, so she's just tall for her age. But yeah, she is acting very little, and she is also you can tell the dad is now a pushover. You can tell the dad's just whatever my daughter wants, my daughter gets that. And she is acting up in the town. They're walking around in New York, and she is doing stuff. He's like, "No, honey, don't do that. No, you're doing the thing I told you not to do. Don't do that." But then he gets kind of angry at her, and you immediately you can tell what the metaphor of this film is. And listen, I'm one of those guys who's listen, man, subtlety is great, but sometimes a film does not call for subtlety. This film called for subtlety, and man, it ain't subtle. You can obviously tell it's okay, this is going to be a whole thing about, he's got, his dad was a monster, and now he's kind of got a little of that inside of himself, and the werewolf is going to be a metaphor for that. You have all, listen, if we're not in the spoiler part of our review, but is there anyone out there who didn't immediately know 5 minutes into this film where it was going? I feel like this isn't a spoiler. I apologize to anybody if I am spoiling this, but yeah, they eventually find that there is a werewolf and it's his dad now, and it infects him. And it's like, okay, that could have been a big shocking moment when that gets revealed later on. But like I said, it is so clear what you were trying to do with this. And there's even like a moment later on when he's apologizing to his daughter for yelling at her. And then they stop the whole movie for him to say, well, sometimes daddies can leave scars on their children. And then that scar can turn them into a monster. And then that can cause them to scar their children. And it's like, oh my God, dude, the metaphor doesn't work if you tell us line for line, like, the scar represents the scar the werewolf gave me. And like, my God, dude, this is writing 101. I'm almost glad this film exists, because for a long time, I've been applying a lot of horror films out there that use the monster as metaphor, that use the horrors and stuff as a metaphor for a much larger issue. And I've had this thought of, are those films actually good? Or am I just won over by someone trying something intellectual, quote unquote, of somebody just trying to make a message in their film? Am I just won over by that, and I can't judge the actual quality of the film itself as long as they just do that? And this film told me, no, I can still totally judge the quality of this film. This film sucks. What have you thought about the film?
Yeah, it's just, the thing is, a whole lot of nothing is going on.
Yeah, it's the timing in this film is
yeah,
weird.
it's like the pacing is so awkward.
Very much so, yes.
Because it's like, you get like the intro where, Blake is a little kid, and then you have like 30 years later, it's like, wow, already? And then the rest of the movie is just like lasts for like the whole day or something like that.
It's a film in which seriously, I had to stop and tell myself, like, oh, this is still the same night. Like, it does not feel like it. We should point this out now, what happens after this. His wife, who I can't remember, something's going on with her at the newspaper. She works at a newspaper. I think she recently, lost her job or something like that. It's not important. But I wanted to bring up the wife real quick because she's played by Julia Garner. And, man, I said everything in this film is bad. And I'm bringing up Julia Garner specifically. Not because, she's the worst. No. The reason I'm bringing her up is because she was also in Weapons. I didn't recognize anybody in this film except for her, and I only knew her from Weapons. If we had not seen Weapons, I would be like, my God, they got terrible actors for this film. But no, I've seen her in Weapons. I know she's a good actress. I know that she is. So it makes me look at all the terrible ass acting in this film and go, oh, it was not your fault. I'm not judging any of the actors in this film. Clearly, the stuff behind the scenes, I don't know if it was just the writing material they were given. I don't know if it was the director. I don't know what it was. But all the acting is bad in this. But because I saw Julia Garner in Weapons, I was like, oh no, it's not your fault. I'm not judging any of you. Yeah. You won't get off scot-free on this. But also, it lets you know, when I say the acting is bad here, oh, it's a special case. It's not just bad actors. Something was off in this.
Like either the directing or the writing.
Exactly. But they...
Double butt.
Yes. Just like this film. It's double ass. So they go to Blake's dad's cabin where he grew up because his dad has gone missing. They assume that he's dead, so he has to go and clean the place out. So he takes his wife and his daughter up there, and then they just meet some weird guy out there who isn't important to anything, but he sticks with them for a little bit. He's just there because they need someone to die. I know I'm getting kind of spoiler on this. I apologize, everybody, but
Also, do you think he was supposed to be like a red herring or something? Or
I think so, except that it's so obvious the dad is the werewolf. I think they were trying to set him up. I don't know if it was either to be like, the crazy Ralph, like, that place is doomed. I don't know if he's supposed to be like the warning guy in a horror film, or if it was supposed to be like, oh, something's off on him. I think you're right. I think they were trying to make him a red herring. Except that it's so clear that the dad is going to be the werewolf that it's like, dude, none of us are. No, we know this. We know what's going on with this. So yeah, they get there. They get attacked by a Wolfman. Their U-Haul is destroyed. This guy dies, so they have to run to the cabin, and they are now trapped in his family's cabin.
You forgot how the U-Haul it somehow flips over the road and gets stuck in the tree.
They see the Wolfman in the road, and they turn, and then they just go flipping off of it, and then I was like, holy shit. But during all this, Blake ended up getting scratched by the werewolf. And it is clearly meant to be not like, the curse of the werewolf, and under a full moon you do this. No, this is like a disease, and if you get scratched, you just become the werewolf. This happens, but here's the thing. If you're going for the disease route, and you're trying to make it a realistic werewolf thing, then the transformation also has to be realistic. He goes full wolf within a night, and no virus moves that fast. And the only way that I could buy it is if it was some mystical thing like the actual werewolf curse. But because they want to go realistic with it, it feels so unrealistic.
It's like, it's lupus.
Yeah. So the rest of the film is him in this cabin just slowly transforming. And we're talking about how everything in this film is bad. Listen, I know you're trying to go with the metaphor. I know you're trying to go with there's a big message behind this whole thing. But also, this is a monster movie. Mm-hmm. Your monster has to look cool. And I don't mean cool as in hey, that guy's awesome. I mean cool as in oh, that's memorable and I enjoyed that, man. When I think about great monster designs, I'm going to think about that. This is so ugly. This is a horrible design. This werewolf it looks so bad. And I know that I don't want to just keep saying it's bad, it's bad, it's bad. But when you watch the film, you realize, oh my God, they just missed on every level. And you look at this one and it's okay, I don't understand how you thought this was the appropriate way to go with this. Because on the one hand, they want to make him sickly, like he's being attacked by a virus.
Yeah.
But it's a virus that turns you into a wolfman. So on the one hand, he's losing all of his hair. But then when his shirt comes off, his chest is covered in hair. It's like, brother, you can't have this both ways.
He's a bald werewolf.
Yes! I want you all to think about the fact that that's what they made. They made a bald werewolf. My God. And his jaw and his teeth start changing to become more wolf-like. Except that, it doesn't look interesting in any way. It doesn't look exciting in any way.
It's trying to combine sickly but also beastly.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, those are two things.
Yeah, I feel I know there's a way to do that to hit both those marks, but they missed both of those marks completely.
That Venn diagram does not have a huge overlap, and they weren't even within either circle.
It's I feel the Venn diagram, the middle would be rabies or something that.
Yeah,
but
I feel that's what they were trying to go with. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's he wasn't really foaming at the mouth or anything.
If you gotta do that, you have to make him savage, and instead he spends most of the film I'm not. No, I have a tummy ache, and it's
like you said, he's a very much of a pushover. So I guess
even as a werewolf, he's a puss.
The reluctant werewolf.
Yes. Oh my God. As far as scares go, there's really none. It's not that interesting. There's only one moment that I will stop to give them some credit. There's a moment where they're trying to get into the truck so they can drive out of there because he's sick. And I will say I do understand the drama of focusing on my father is sick, my husband is sick, but there's something outside. I don't know what to do about this.
Mm-hmm.
But man, you still have to keep the story moving.
Right.
And it's just a lot of nothing. But there is one decent scare where they're trying to get into a truck, and it's the one time in which it feels like the film realizes it's a horror film. So like, all right, how can we shoot this to like make the audience look to where the scare could be? It's like, all right, that was kind of all right. But then you see the werewolf again, and you're just like, oh, right, everything is terrible in this film. Oh my God, yeah. You actually see the father werewolf out there, and he is, again, just like Blake werewolf, it's so bad. It really looks like I don't know, like a drug addict with really bad teeth. Yeah, it's okay. We gotta get on just talking about. Sorry, it's one of those things where I'm just like
a werewolf with mange or something like that.
Yes, yeah. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like, man, you just took all the fun out of a werewolf film. And listen, again, I know people are going to be like, okay, well, you're saying fun, but you're also saying, like, you want horror films to have, like, big metaphors and big messages behind them. It was like, the original one had a big message behind it.
And you can have a metaphor and be a fun movie at the same time.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm not saying fun as in, like, wee. I'm saying, like, it's a horror film. I need to look at the werewolf and be like, that's a cool werewolf. Yeah. Okay, so, like I said, all the action's bad, the design of the werewolf is bad, pacing is bad, the writing is bad, like they do not know how to handle this metaphor at all. They also try and put in this real sweet thing between him and his daughter where they have like this rapport of, they claim she can read his mind, but I mean, it's like, not like a real thing. It's more like, can you tell what daddy's thinking? And then she puts her hand in his head. It's like, oh, daddy thinks this. And it's like, that's kind of a cute thing. But it's also set up to make her, like, painfully cute. Like, it's set up in a way that, again, it's like the metaphor. The moment they set that up, it's like, I can tell where this is going to go in the film.
Mm-hmm. Like, I guess I was hoping that maybe, like, she would, like, actually have, like, a psychic ability and maybe, like, understand her father when he's in werewolf form.
They're trying to go too realistic with this.
Yeah.
This ain't a Stephen King novel. They're just like, fuck it, this is the part where we go up to 11. Man,
wow.
I would crave for this to suddenly go Stephen King level.
Wow,
stupid.
You know you fucked up when you say Stephen King's novel is more realistic.
Yeah. No, it's better.
Better, yes.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, Stephen King realizes when it's like, okay, this shit ain't working. And if it ain't working and I can't fix it, I'm at least gonna get nuts with it and memorable. But yeah, so there is one effect in here that I will say is good. And there's moments in which it cuts from the exterior, like, third-person view to his experience. Like, the camera will slowly turn, and you'll hear, like, his wife and child, like, they're talking, just becomes muffled, like, Charlie Brown teacher-like. But then also everything gets this neon glow to it, and his family's eyes are, like, lit up. And it's like, all right, that's cool. I will give you that film.
Yes, like werewolf night visions.
It's actually kind of cool, and the transition when they go from one to the other is actually good. I'll give you that.
And like I thought that would kind of like tie into like the kid's like psychic abilities, like because he can't understand them, but like she can understand him or something like that.
When they give you that image, I can understand why your mind would actually go to psychic abilities or something. Yeah. Anything else that we really want to say about this before we get into spoiler territory?
I don't really like any of the characters.
Yeah,
the thing is, like, they try to make Blake like the cool, fun dad who stays home and plays with his kid, while the wife is the busybody who's never around. But it's like he's also the dad with like anger issues, and it's like you can't. It's hard to be the fun dad and the angry dad at the same time.
He's a pushover with rage issues boiled up inside of him from the trauma that his dad gave him. And don't get me wrong, there's a way to write that character. Mm-hmm. This doesn't do it. Yeah, it is all like just so, like the way that I just described it is the tact that this film delivers it with. Yeah, and also like the wife, I mean, I enjoy seeing, like, her, like, concerned for the husband, but the reason why I enjoy seeing her concerned for the husband is because before that, you get the sense that she's just like, my business, I'm business lady.
Yes.
And it's just like, yeah, okay, well, at least, like, you know, that's why I kind of liked it when I saw her, like, trying to, like, help the husband. I was like, okay, there's more to you than business lady. Because before, that's all that you were. And the kid, they are just trying so goddamn hard.
Like, just be as cutesy as possible.
And we have pointed this out before in other horror films that it's like, dude, you can't just make kid the cutesy kid. You gotta do something with that. Oh my god. And I'll talk about more about this when we get to spoilers in just a moment. But we'll also say, the resolution of the film, they wanted to have a metaphor, and like I said, I do enjoy when horror films have a message, when they have a metaphor that they use with all the supernatural stuff to try and be an issue for a symbol for something larger than that. And this film is definitely going for that. But it's also one of those ones where when you get to the end of it and you see the resolution, you stop and you go, so what exactly were you trying to say about this? Mm-hmm. I don't think you fully thought this out. It's a little for anybody who saw our The Woman in the Yard review. It's kind of like that, where it's like, okay, I get the metaphor that you're going for with this. I don't think you fully thought out how the message plays out at the end of this. Yeah, we'll get into the spoilers in just a moment. I'm going to give this a D-. Like, this is low for me.
Yeah, it's like, it's not even fun bad.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so bad. And
it's boring. And that's the worst thing that a film can be, is boring, because you can laugh at a bad film. You can't laugh at a boring film. Boring films just sit your ass down. It's like, you're stuck here now. You're in timeout. You know what you did.
No, it's more like you are in class and you have to pay attention. Yeah. you gotta have to write an essay on this later. So remember all this. Like,
dad scars equal emotional scars. Wait, I'm cooking here. Hold on. Yeah, this ain't good. All right. So yeah, get into the spoiler section of all this. Like I said, there ain't a ton to spoil in all this because the film, listen, I know people are gonna say I spoiled it by saying the dad was the werewolf, but holy crap, how did you not see that? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm sorry, I feel like that one's fair game. So at the end of this, he goes full werewolf and he starts hunting them down. And they end up running back to the very same deer lookout spot that he was in as a kid. Which, all right, nice little way of tying that underground. Okay, I'll give you that. But then he climbs up the tree. He actually gnaws his leg off in a trap, showing just how far gone he is. Another thing, I can understand that being like a bit of like gruesome, like, oh my goodness, he's so far gone and he's transformed into this. But again, he just looks like a dude still. He looks like a bald dude.
Oh, speaking of like gnawing his leg off, like when he had the scratch, he was like gnawing on that too.
Oh my god, I forgot that. That makes no goddamn sense. That doesn't make any sense. Like, wolves do not, if a wolf has a scratch or a scar or a cut on them, they don't eat their own flesh. They only cut it off when they're trying to escape. But also, they're like, oh man, this wound is getting worse on you. Let's take a look at it. And they like undo the bandage and then see a big old open, that scratch has now turned into a big old massive open wound that's like gnawed. And then he immediately goes, and I just looked at that like, I'm sorry, are you trying to imply that he has secretly, when his wife goes out the door, immediately started unwrapping his bandage and started eating his own arm for no reason? Like, the wolf hunger is just that great. Like, what?
I just get so hungry every time I'm exposed. I see exposed flesh.
That's clearly what they're trying to say. Is that far gone? But it's like, no. Wolves do not eat their own bodies.
Werewolves don't eat themselves. That's stupid.
That's not part of the law.
That's not.
My voice is cracking. I'm so messed up about this. I forgot that. It's the dumbest goddamn thing, and it looks like how I just said. It's like, But even just when you stop and think, like, they're clearly trying to say he's that far gone, but even if you just stop and think for a second about what that means, in order for this to work, that wasn't, okay, the scratch has gotten bigger because of infection. No, that was bite marks. He had been eating himself. This implies that this entire night, the moment that his family left, he was like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be okay. Daddy's gonna be okay. Just go out there. Are they gone? Oh, I gotta wrap this all up immediately before they get back in here. It's like, oh my God. It's like a dad looking at porn when, like, his wife walks out. Like, oh, is she bad now? It's like, am I in incognito mode? Oh my God. I forgot that. Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up. So, they get back up there, back to the end of this. He climbs back up there and he's looking at them like, and then the girl, the whole, like, I can tell what daddy's thinking. That comes back around and goes, he wants you to end his suffering, which is a wild thing for a child to say. But then the mom has to shoot him, and then the film ends with the two of them walking to this point where, like, he mentioned there was a great view, and they go there for the great view, and then that's it, in the movie. Mm-hmm. And all I can think was, okay, the metaphor is family leaves scars on people. If your parents are monsters, they will leave scars on you that can turn you into a monster. And it's like, okay, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that's the message. And honestly, I will say this. I honestly think you could do something good with that in a werewolf film.
Yeah.
I do think that. I think that actually lines up. I will give you credit. If you came to me with a pitch like that, I'd be like, you know what? You could make a damn good werewolf film out of this.
This is not it.
This is not that. But also, when you get to the end of this and you think, okay, you have to fully think the metaphor out. I get to the end of this and I'm just like, so what was the lesson in all this?
The lesson is there is no cure for generational trauma. That's basically what they're trying to say.
That's what they're trying to say. It's like, so the moral of this is if
the
your
cycle
parents...
will always continue.
No, the cycle did not continue because the daughter ended it. And I'm like, okay, so the moral of this is if your parents are monsters, kill them? Well, I don't even feel good saying that. It's like, I don't think you fully thought this out. Movie, what are you trying to do? I don't think you realize what you're saying. Oh my God. I need a minute. You vamp for me. Oh my God.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, there's not much else to say, and then it kind of ends on a positive note of they got to see the big, amazing view. It's like,
yay,
what?
In the middle of nowhere where they have no reception, and the car and the U-Haul is busted, and
what's the follow-up for this?
And the hillbilly is dead, so they're literally stranded there. At least the view is nice.
I don't think you thought this out. I've cracked my voice talking about this. Holy shit. Yeah, this movie ain't good, Chief. Holy crap. I haven't laughed this much at a review in a while. I was saying, listen, this is not a fun film to watch.
No, but...
It's fun to talk about.
It is. That's the thing, is like, if you stop and really think about what this movie is trying to do and what is actually going on, it's just... so fucking ridiculous.
My God. Okay. Yeah, I got in now because I can't talk much longer. Listen, I said that we were going to watch a lot of the different horror films from 2025, and there's still so many more to go. But that was only supposed to last till January. We're at the end of February now, and I'm like, listen, I want to watch Sinners because it's nominated for the Academy Award, but like this whole channel was built around like watching like just random horror films. And we've been watching too many 2025 films. We're going to go back now.
We're going to go back in time.
And do weird shit for the next couple episodes.
Obscure old movies.
I don't even know how obscure this one is, because it is kind of infamous for numerous reasons. But yeah, we're going to be talking about Rawhead Rex next time. Pretty much the polar opposite to a lot of the films we've been talking about. The effects look better in that one, though. Rawhead Rex is memorable, I'll give him that. So yeah, come back next time for Rawhead Rex. Bye, everybody.
Bye.